guys, it's your girl Angela. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new here. I do videos about law school, lawyer life, and all things in between. Before we get into today's video, I just want to say Happy New Year, you guys. We officially made it to 2022, and I am so excited for all of my subscribers, my new subscribers, everyone, for you guys to go on this journey with me in 2022. We have some exciting things for the channel and the brand, so stay tuned. Today's video is for my law students, okay? We've gotten through final exam season, and a lot of you guys have either got your exam grades back or are anxiously waiting for your exam grades. Now, on this channel, we talk a lot about success, right? We talk a lot about acing final exams and how to ace final exams. But as we know, law school is graded on a curve. Not everyone can ace the test. Not everyone will ace their exams, especially on their first round of exams as a 1L. So today we're going to talk about low grades in law school and how to overcome them, how to do better, how to increase your grades, how to increase your GPA, and how to increase your class rank. So this is for all of my people who didn't get the grades that they wanted, who thought they did better than they did, who are starting to doubt themselves and feel that maybe they're not as smart as they thought they were, or you underestimated law school exams, or you weren't as prepared as you needed to be. This video is for you. We're going to talk about how to overcome that and do better moving forward, okay? So before we get into it, I just want to assure you that this is not the end all be all. If you got bad grades, if you got not so stellar grades, this is not the end all be all. This is not the end of your law school career. This is not the end of your legal career, and you can overcome this. So let's put out that good juju. Let's get in a positive mindset. And let's go ahead and figure out how we're going to overcome these bad grades that we just got, okay? Ready? Let's go. So the first thing we're going to do is shift our mindset. I know for a lot of you, when you guys first got those grades back and you saw that they weren't what you hoped they would be, you probably felt a sense of defeat, okay? I mean, let's just be honest. You probably felt very upset, very sad. Maybe your confidence level went down. That's okay, okay? That's absolutely normal. But now we're going to deal with it. We're going to accept it, but we're not going to internalize. We're going to take that and use it as motivation, okay? To go into this next semester, and we're going to kill this next semester, okay? We are going to be successful in this next semester, all right? So the first thing you got to do is shift your mindset. If you are in a negative mindset, if you are in a defeatist mindset, we're going to shift that to positive, motivated, and ready. Now we're going to get into some actual actionable tips. And one thing that I need you guys to keep in mind throughout this whole video and throughout your whole next semester and those to follow is that exams in law school are the focus. They are the main focus. That is how you get your grades. So everything that needs to be changed, shifted, or improved are surrounding exams. So my very first tip for overcoming bad grades and getting better grades in this new upcoming semester is to review your previous exams with your first semester professor, okay, with your fall semester professor. Most of us know that professors have office hours and you can go talk to them after class, you can talk to them before the exam. But a lot of people don't utilize those office hours after the exam is over. For most professors, you can go talk to them and walk through your old final exam. So for example, say in contracts, you got a C- and you were really shooting for an A. Go to your contracts professor and ask them if they will review your exam with you so you can see where you went wrong, what you did wrong. Ask them to walk through it with you, ask questions, okay? Because even though that class is over, those things that you missed, those strategies that you can sharpen up on, will help you for the next exam. And some professors can be a little finicky and may not actually go over the actual exam with you, but you should go and talk to them about strategy and things that you missed and how you could have gotten a better grade. Or ask them what an A grade would have looked like, what they were looking for. I think many professors would be open to having that conversation with you. I personally know people who did that in law school after every exam, final exam season. And they increased their grades every semester because they just kept learning the law school exam game. There's a strategy to this law school exam life. If you go talk to those professors, get into their mind, get into what they wanted to see, and just seek some overall feedback on what you could have done and what you might not have done the best, I guarantee you it's going to help you in your future exams. For this next tip, we're going to need to put on our accountability hat, okay? So What you should do is you should do an audit of your current or, previous study habits. That goes for everything. So study schedule. What was my study schedule like? How many hours was I putting in to study for my final exams? Your study groups. Were you in large groups where all you guys did was talk, or you spent a lot of time, on Facebook, looking at memes, on Instagram, on Twitter, on TikTok, laughing and hanging out, rather than actually using that time to be productive and really get some good studying in? Look at your study location. Were you studying at home and finding yourself studying in bed and then falling asleep in the middle of studying because you were so comfortable in bed? Do you need to switch your studying location from at home to maybe at the library so you can hold yourself accountable? Because there's no bed at the library. Look at your outline and note-taking strategies. Did you slack on taking notes and updating your outline until the end of the semester where it was kind of too late and you had to hurry and pull things together and try to make sure you had everything? Did you borrow an outline from somebody and not even really take the time to review it until the end of the semester and then try to hurry up and learn it? So taking an audit of your study habits will allow you to kind of see where you need to improve at and where you could have done things better for a more successful semester. The next tip is prioritize outlining over everything. Whether you're creating your own outline or using someone else's outline and supplementing it with your notes, that needs to be your priority from day one. From the moment you step into that class, you need to be outlining, updating your outline, reading your outline, making sure you understand your outline. The outline is the study guide to your final exam. And like I said at the beginning of this video, the final exam is the focus for that class, okay? Because that final exam will be your grade for that class. So outlining needs to be priority over everything. Yes, even reading. I know a lot of people will say, you need to read, you need to read, you need to read. And I don't necessarily disagree. But as it gets towards the end of semester and you have to focus on studying and outlining over reading, I'm going to pick studying and outlining. Because if you read for every class and know the answer every time you get called on, but you don't have a good outline to study in that final exam, that reading is not going to save you. That reading is not going to get you a good grade. So prioritize outlining. Keep up with your outlining and make sure you have a good outline to use as a study guide for your final exams. Okay, so this next tip goes back to the audit of your study habits. Following that audit, you're going to understand all the things that you maybe should change or shift or do better or improve on or nix for your upcoming semester, and then implement routines based on that audit. So like I said, if you were falling asleep while you were studying, study at the library, study at Starbucks, study somewhere outside of the house where you won't fall asleep. If your study group was really social hour, pick one study partner or study alone. Make those changes, implement routines and schedules that you can stick to. You should absolutely have a study schedule and you should write it down. It shouldn't be up here. It should be on paper or on your computer, something that you can know and see and check off so you can hold yourself accountable. Most people go to law school because they want to become lawyers, okay? As a lawyer, you're going to be using checklists. You're going to have to stick to a schedule. You're going to have to maneuver things. You're going to have to juggle many things. Go ahead and sharpen those skills now and create a study schedule that you will stick to. And know what you're going to study. On this day, at this time, this is what I'm studying, especially when it comes to final exams. Make sure you have sufficient time to study for each class. Another tip is block out more time to study for the final exam. Many people find that they just didn't have enough time to cover all the material, especially that first semester. You think you can do it in 2 weeks. You think you can do it in 3 weeks. In my opinion, you need a minimum of a month. And if you studied for a month and it wasn't enough, well, again, do a study audit and see, what was the quality of your studying and increase the amount of time you study. No one says you can't study a month and a half early. Next tip is go to your professor's office hours. We talked about going to the office hours after the final exam and, seeing what you did wrong. But while you're in that class and this spring semester, go to your professor's office hours during the semester. If you don't understand something, go talk to him. If you do a practice exam or practice question, go talk to him and show them what you've done. Confirm with the professor. Is this a sufficient answer? Is this something that you would be looking for the final exam? Go to your professor's office hours. You'd be surprised at how many people do not utilize the resources on campus, including professor's office hours. Go ahead and use that throughout the semester, not just at crunch time, at the beginning, middle, and end. Next tip, we're gonna need to put that accountability hat back on, okay? It might sound a little harsh or a little, stern, but prioritize law school and make sacrifices. I feel like we are in a generation in a world of I deserve. And I think it's time to shift that mindset to I earned. Earn leisure time, okay? Earn social media time. Earn fun time, okay? You went to law school. This is a commitment you made. No one twisted your arm and made you go to law school. No one's twisting your arm and saying you have to be successful in law school. So if this is what you really want, you have to prioritize it and make sacrifices, okay? Now, I'm all for a break. I'm all for good fun. I'm all for checking out and taking time off to do things. But I also do it on an I earned basis. I don't do it with an I deserve mindset, because an I deserve mindset can sometimes set you up for failure. So what I would do is say, if I get through half of my outline, I'm going to dinner tonight with my friends because I did what I'm supposed to do. So I earn that free time. So shift your mindset a little bit. Prioritize law school, prioritize studying, and make sacrifices. Sometimes those sacrifices will be your social life, okay? Sometimes those sacrifices will be family time. You guys, my first semester in law school, I didn't even go home for Thanksgiving to be with my family. It was a huge sacrifice on my part. I love my family. I love gathering with my family for any sort of holidays, no matter whether I celebrate it or not. If I have the time off, I want to be with my family. I want to be having a good time. But I made that sacrifice because I prioritized law school. And it paid off, okay? And it didn't necessarily feel fun or feel good, especially when I saw the pictures and I wasn't there. But boy, to getting all A's that first semester, that was worth it. I don't regret it to this day. My next tip is still apply for jobs. I think a lot of people kind of get nervous or get scared and have this mindset of, oh, my grades don't look good, so I won't be able to get any internships. There are going to be jobs for all levels of grades. Still apply for those jobs. And if you guys want a video on specifically how to get an internship, a legal internship for the summer or the semester when you don't have the best grades, comment down below and let me know, and I'll do a whole separate video on this. But yes, please still apply for jobs, okay? Don't let that stop your job search, and don't let that stop you from getting that legal experience throughout law school. And next and final tip is check out my law school tips and advice playlist. I have numerous videos giving you the blueprint on how to ace law school, okay? I have tips on outlining. I have tips on how to get an A on a final exam. I have tips on things to avoid so you don't get a bad grade on the final exam. Check out that playlist. I'll link it in the description box, but you guys, watch that. And some of those videos, you need to watch them more than once so they sink in and you really understand what I'm trying to get across. I put a lot of thought into these videos, and I put a lot of thought into the tips that I give because I want people to have the sort of roadmap that I didn't have in law school. And if you guys are not new to this channel, you guys know my tips work for me. You know, these aren't just me guessing. These are things that I did, I used, and I was successful. From semester 1 in law school, I was successful because these are the tips and strategies that I implemented. So before I let you go, I just want to remind you the takeaway here is the law school final exam, the outline, should be your focus. Law school exams are all about strategy and understanding how to take a law school exam. You don't need to be the smartest person to ace a law school exam. I truly believe that. If I had to condense success in law school down to 4 steps, I would say this. 1, have good study material, aka your outline. 2, know and understand the study material. 3, test your knowledge of the material, aka do practice exams and questions. 4, show the professor that you know and understand the material on the final exam. I'm going to leave you guys with that, okay? Wishing you all much success on this upcoming semester. You got this. Follow these tips and put that work in and you will see success, okay? So thanks so much for watching. If you have other suggestions for videos, put them in the comments down below. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you have that post notification bell on. And I will see you guys in the next video. Happy New Year.